It's a mess you have in Prague. They're not. Somebody just puked. They've been standing there puke, and this guy wouldn't even clean it. They lock up the bathroom early, and they wouldn't. I used to use the bathroom because I have diarrhea, and because of that, they used to send the janitors to try to fight me so I would get deported. And they saw, I wouldn't fight the janitors. I would just cooperate on them. So they locked up the bathroom for 4 years, from 2020 to 2024. And the guy took me home and raped me. And I've been begging them, please reopen the bathroom. And they reopened it this year. And since then, they lock it up early at 7 p.m. This guy won't see nothing. He's acting like he's cleaning. I just don't know what he's cleaning. And people are puking all over the place. And FIFA, this is not safe to bring the World Cup here. If I have to be telling people how to do their job, and that stuff looks dried up. It looks like it's been there for a while. And if somebody is going to step on it, people walk, barging into stuff. And many times people walk, and I'm like, excuse me, I'm here. So, they'll be tapping on their phone. This is how they walk now. I may be standing here, they will just, hit you and say, I won't say sorry. They'll be tapping on their phone. Because they believe, if they have an American passport, they're untouchable in this land. And this Trump, the likes of this Trump, Alvin Bragg and Eric Adams, promoting this culture of toxicity. I have to keep reminding people, please, I'm here. And, a lot of people, that's how they walk. I may be standing like this, and they'll come, hit you, shoulder blade hit you, and just keep walking and tapping on their phone. And they believe they have nothing to fear if they have an American passport. Me as a Nigerian transsexual, I'm the one getting hit, getting beat. There was a black American on the train, and I said, sir, can I ask you a question? He said, don't ever talk to me. I will F you up. I'm like, sir, don't talk to me, And that is crazy because of the culture of Trump saying gays are not welcome in the military anymore. I criticize him, and it's inciting hate attack. And this Alvin Bragg said he welcomes violence as long as it doesn't involve gun. He's going to free these black Americans from prison. My mother was killed in a violent way. Our own daughters incited violence against her. They were born in America, and I've been trying to get this Alvin Bragg to arrest them. Apparently, he said he's not going to go after people, that don't use a gun. And when you use words to incite violence, told the hospital to lock my mother up, blindly and Florida. To lock my mother up in the psych ward, thinking that my mother wasn't crazy. Those guys did it to me also. In 2001, I just got here from Nigeria, and I had an immigration case in New York. They were born in America. So my mother, tricked me to go stay with them in Pennsylvania because we didn't have a place to, the landlord had evicted us from another place in 2001. We were staying in. And, so I was trying to get back to New York to come to my court case. And those guys called the police on me. So they took me to the psych ward, and they were lying to the hospital that I was imagining I had a case in New York and I don't have any case. I had to call my lawyer in New York to call the hospital to release me. Then the hospital police them, a Mercy Psychiatric Hospital downtown Pittsburgh in 2001. And 14 years later, in 2015, those daughters repeated it. Went to another hospital, Bellevue, where my mother was getting treated for heart disease. Told the hospital that my mother's crazy. She doesn't just have a heart disease. And the hospital believed them also. Even though my mother was alive, and my mother died of the panic, trying to explain, I said that she's not crazy. Her daughters are just trolling and pranking the hospital. Those daughters, they've always got in trouble in their life. They had to put them in prison. For beating up a white family, they used to beat up my mother also. But only in Florida. But thanks to this Alvin Bragg, those guys can walk free. Because any blacks that don't use a gun, this Alvin Bragg wouldn't prosecute them. And it's a lot of blacks that are getting violent. A black guy 2 days ago picked me up and slammed me on the floor. Because I was talking to him on the train, said, please, I'm a Nigerian. My mother's been killed, and I can't get any justice for her. And the black guy said, I don't want to hear your voice. So I said, shut your mouth. And As soon as the train got to Manhattan, where Alvin Bragg can free him, the guy picked me up and slammed me on the floor. Everybody ran away. So Alvin Bragg, you're promoted to toxicity, and shame on you, shame on Harvard University.